What's up guys? In this tutorial, I will show you how to optimize your OBS Studio settings for streaming. If you're struggling with lag, dropped frames or stutters while streaming, this guide will walk you through the steps needed to fix these issues. First, head over to the settings in OBS Studio. But before we make any changes, ensure you're running the latest version of OBS. Every new update brings performance improvements and bug fixes. To check for updates, go to the General tab in your settings, and then under Updates, make sure the Stable option is selected, and the box to check for updates on startup is ticked. This will keep OBS up to date every time you launch it. Now, let's move on to the output settings. Start by focusing on the streaming section. The first key setting is your video bitrate. Bitrate is the amount of data your computer sends when you're live streaming. Higher bitrates deliver better quality, but they require a strong internet connection, while lower bitrates can work on slower connections at the cost of video quality. To determine the right bitrate for your stream, you first need to check your upload speed. Open a browser and head to speedtest.net. Run the test and your upload speed will appear in megabits per second. Once you have your upload speed, convert it to kilobits by multiplying it by 1000. For example, if your upload speed is 20 megabytes per second, that's 20,000 kilobits per second. To avoid overwhelming your network, use an amount lower than 6000 kilobits per second, which is the maximum bitrate level for Twitch and other streaming platforms anyways. You can go as low as 3000 for 720p streams. You might have to start a test stream to see which bitrate works best for you. Next, let's talk about the encoder setting. If your CPU is overloaded and you're using the software encoder X264, consider switching to a hardware encoder like NVENC if you have an NVIDIA GPU, or AMD VCE if you have an AMD GPU. Hardware encoders use your GPU to process the stream, reducing the load on your CPU. However, be aware that switching to hardware encoding might result in slightly lower visual quality, but it's a trade-off for better performance. Now, adjust the encoder preset. The preset determines how fast or slow the encoder processes your stream. A slower preset offers better quality, but puts more strain on your system. I recommend starting with a medium or slow preset at running test streams to find out what works best for your hardware. Once you've made these changes, press Apply. For recording settings, if you plan on recording while streaming, change your recording path to a folder on an SSD if possible. This will speed up the process and prevent stuttering during recording. In the recording quality setting, select High Quality, Medium File Size. This strikes a good balance between quality and performance. For your recording format, choose MP4 as it's widely compatible with most editing software and doesn't require as many system resources. Lastly, use the hardware encoder if available to reduce CPU usage during recording. Next, let's move on to the video settings. First, set your base or canvas resolution to match your screen's native resolution. To find your resolution, search for display settings in your Start menu and navigate to the Advanced Display Settings. Here, look at your current display resolution. For example, if it's 1920 by 1080, set your base resolution to that. Now, for the output scaled resolution, this is the resolution you'll stream or record in. If your internet or PC can't handle 1080p, consider downscaling to 1280 by 720 to reduce the load. Add a downscale filter to make the resolution transition smoother. In OBS, length source is the best option for quality when downscaling. Finally, set your FPS. Streaming at 60 FPS looks great, but it requires more processing power. If your system struggles to maintain smooth performance, lower this to 30 FPS for a significant performance boost. Now, head over to the Advanced Settings tab. Under General, change your process priority from normal to high. This tells your PC to prioritize OBS, making sure it has the resources needed for smooth streaming. Press Apply and OK to save all of these changes. I hope this helped you out. Leave a comment if you have any questions and see you in the next one.